Hi, my name is Desiree, and this is my week 2 project for Java 1 again. And what we had to do was create a project, which I'm bringing up the requirements so that you can see. These are things that we had to have within our app for this week. So we had to have user-defined packages, which I have here. I had my main activity put in my main package, but I created my own, which is a JSON package, and also put my enum in a separate package just to show that we can create packages. Java classes and methods with methods and fields. I have my alerts that I created that has some Java methods in it, which in my app I have an alert that comes up, and basically it's just an app that has a text view, an edit text view, a button, and it also has the alert, which kind of sucks that you can't see it, but let me turn this down a little bit. Maybe that's why. No, it's not working either. Okay. Either way, there's an alert box here, and what it says is choose from the following names, and I give the user a list of names they could use for the app just to test it out. Which it just says like the teacher's name, my name, and Jane or Joan, and then you just hit OK, and that brings you to the main screen, which is not really working out right now. Let me turn this down. Can you see that? It's just kind of too bright. Okay, either way. So I'm going to go ahead and do a run through of everything. I created my JSON object so that I can get, instead of like calling everything after my click event, after my button, which is click event, you can kind of see it right there. I put everything into a JSON object so that I can pull all that data, and when the user enters text, based on the text that they enter, they get back this JSON data, like the query data from the object, and then when it returns the JSON, it's going to read it. So I have that, which was also required. And then Java conditions, I think the only condition that I had, I actually removed, but the condition that I do have is for the dialog, for the alert. And I did try to implement a condition in my main activity. Basically, if the user selects certain text, if it's this text, then return something else, but it wasn't working out, so I didn't have time to figure that out. And then I have a linear layout for my overall project, and for the resource I use strings in my string resource file, which most of the strings are for my alert and my button, so that my button actually reads tell me. Can't really see it, but it says tell me. So basically the app says in the text view, tell me your name and I'll tell you if you're cool. Just something simple so I could get through the week. You enter a person's name and it'll give you a list of different reasons why they're cool, their status, integer, it's going to return a number that was required. And my plans for the project were just to do something simple right now. As far as doing the API, I didn't have any ideas. I really just wanted to get through this assignment just so that I can understand it a little bit better, because I have been having problems with Java. And the audience is just anybody trying to test out my app right now. Probably like little kids, probably like a funny app or something. And see how did the lessons go this week. I had a lot of trouble this week just because I started off kind of late, because I was still working on last week trying to upload it, and then I lost my file, so that kind of went crazy. But this week I'm still trying to understand how to use the JSON object, and really understanding how to put things together with Java. I still don't fully understand it. I think a little bit more clarification on maybe just building a project in general, like how everything's supposed to be laid out. I still don't really get it. I'm starting to get like the linear layouts and stuff like that, but once you get down to like trying to add things and using the APIs and stuff like that, I'm still trying to figure that out. And but here's the code. Like I said, I have my text view, my edit text, my button, my linear layout. I have my required strings. I have an alert that'll tell the user what they need to know. Then I created my linear layout. I have my text view that I created, which is my main view. Then I created the edit text, which is the input field. I created my buttons with the on click, and here's where I get the JSON data. What I did was I put in the videos, the instructor showed you how to do it as far as using a radio button, but since I didn't have radio buttons, I just had the input. So I just selected a string up top so that I can use it anywhere in the activity. And then I had that equal to my text edit. So basically the selection, which we're getting here, which is string selected, the name status, it's going to go and grab that from the JSON object and say get the text and turn it into a string. And then it's going to say the user text, which is that view that is going to show that and read that JSON. It's going to set that text and read it and return that selected item. And then the user text is just that view that you'll see that return data in. So here's my app. I'm going to try to do it from the side so you can see. I hate that it's so blurry, but I'm going to put in the instructor's name. And I have a hint that says what's your name, so the user knows put in your name. So I'm going to put in the instructor's name. I'm going to hit the button tell me, and it's going to return name. It's going to return my JSON data, which I can show you here, and also my enum. So it's going to return all this. So what I did was click on Mr. Joshy's Mr. Story's name, and it's going to return all that. It's going to return the name, which is his name. It's going to return his status. He's really cool. Why is he cool? His reason is because he's a college instructor, and his score, which is like his coolness, and he's on a level 20, so he's pretty cool. And that's what it shows in this little kind of linear layout view. And that's really it for this week. Hopefully things will go better next week, and I'll try to get some more of those conditions, but I really need to look more into Java because there's a lot that you need to know, and there's so much information and so many different ways you can do stuff, and I think that's why it's so complicated for me, because I don't know, because there's not necessarily a right way to do things, but I think that's what makes it really hard. So that is it for this week. See you all next week.